In this video we'll look at tests which allow you to compare more than two groups of individuals. So when you have between subjects design and you have more than two groups and you want to compare them on one dependent variable measure. So I've looked at this data here, so I've got three groups of adults. I've got healthy adults, adults who have had a diagnosis of mild cognitive impairment, and adults that have had a diagnosis of Alzheimer's. And I have a new test that's been developed that looks at symptoms of Alzheimer's, and each individual has been given a score on that test. So the higher the score, the more symptoms they have of Alzheimer's. So I want to know if there's a significant difference between these three groups to look at how sensitive that test is. So as you can see, I've got my data in group. I've already given it labels. So if I go to variable view, you can see that 1 is a healthy adult, 2 is MCI, and 3 is Alzheimer's. And I scroll over to the right, and I need to make sure that that is nominal data, categorical. The three groups of adults have been put into three separate categories. So I looked at descriptive statistics and tests of normality, and I found that the symptom rating was normally distributed, so I can complete a one-way ANOVA parametric test. So I go to Analyze, Compare Means, One-Way ANOVA. So the dependent list, the dependent variable is the AD symptom checklist, and the factor that splits them all up is group. So we'll look at contrasts. We can leave that as it is. We'll look at post hoc tests, which are the follow-up tests, and the one that we're going to use, as it's one of the most reliable, is the Tukey. So we want each of the groups to be compared to each other group, as well as it giving us the overall omnibus significance. And then we go to continue and options. So it's good to have descriptives just to see them, and we can leave the rest. And then we click OK. So here is the output for our ANOVA. So healthy adults, MCI, and Alzheimer's on AD symptoms. There we go. So I'll just save that. So one IV, more than two groups. There we go. So if the data was not normally distributed, I would have to complete a Kruskal-Wallis test instead, so the non-parametric test. So to do that, we go to Analyze, Non-parametric tests, Independent samples, because we have separate groups of individuals, Customize analysis, putting group into groups, and AD symptom into test fields, and then we go to settings, customize tests, and we want the Kruskal-Wallis one-way ANOVA, and we want all pairwise comparisons as well, and then we click run. And there's the output for that. So there we are. So we'll just ANOVA for group by AD symptoms and Kruskal-Wallis for group by AD symptom. And we click save, and that's it.